how are we doing today on this wonderful Wednesday? So today I figured we talk about the wind because I've noticed that it's been really windy lately. But let's start out like every other day. Let's wish us well. We wish you well, everyone. We wish you well, everyone, all through this crazy time. We wish you well, everyone. Now let's give ourselves a big hug. Oh, I do. I miss your guys' hugs, my friends. So, let's see what Weather Bear has to say today.
Hello, my friends. How are we doing today? I was wondering, what is the weather like? Is it raining today? No, not right now. Is it snowing today? No, not today. Is it sunny today? Yes, it is sunny. Is it cloudy and windy today? Yes. It is cloudy and windy. There are some clouds in the sky. But, my friends, do you know what time of year it is? You're right, it's spring! And it rains in spring so that our plants can grow. Do you think those clouds are bringing rain? I'm not sure. Alright, bye my friends. I'll see you later.
I wonder if it is going to rain. Did you notice how windy it is outside? It is very windy. So I was going to do an experiment with the wind. Let's try that out. All right, my friends. So I know we've been talking a lot about wind with Weather Bear because it's been really windy lately. But I was wondering, do you know what wind is? Wind is the movement of air. So when you do this, you're moving air, and behind you or in front of, you're creating a wind. That one is a very light one. When you blow, you do that, you feel it on your hand. That can be a wind. So today I figured we'd do a little experiment. And this is an easy one that you can do at home. If you have anything like a car or little things that have wheels that can roll by itself, you can do. I also made a little paper boat, and I will show you how to make that too. So what you want to do is you want to fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it in half again. And then you're going to open it. Then you're going to take the corners, and then you're going to fold in on one side, and then fold in on the other side. So then you've got it like this. And then you want to take the bottom flaps, fold one side up, fold the other side up. So then it looks like this. And then you're going to open it up. And you're going to pull it open so that it creates from here to here. And then you fold these in, button it down, and you've got got a shape like this. And you're gonna take it, and the bottom here, you're gonna fold up. And you're gonna fold the other side up. So we've got another little triangle. Open it up again, this, pull it and then close it so it looks like this, and then pull it open, and that's how you get a boat. So we're going to use this one right here for our experiment. So I have different things to create wind. I've got my breath. Did the boat move with my wind? You're right. Because do you know how boats move on the water? It is the wind that pushes them. Unless you're using like a rowboat and you've got an oar and you're pushing the water. Let's see about the car. Let's see if that one. Yeah. The wind of my breath moved the car. Now, I also have a paper plate. Let's see if the paper plate moves our objects. So we've got, gotta make wind. Wow. Do you feel that? You try it at home. If you take a paper plate and put it to your face, can you feel the wind blowing? Did you notice that our boat moved? But did the car move? No. Our car's a little heavy and it didn't move with that wind. So is the paper plate or my breath a stronger wind? You're right, the breath is the stronger wind when you blow. Now, I've got a notebook. Let's see if the notebook can create wind. You go like this. You try that at home. Go like that. Do you feel the wind? So I'm going to do that. Did our boat move? It did. It fell off the table. But did our car move? No, this one isn't very strong. Now, I had one more thing I was going to use to see if it works. My fan. Maybe you can try yours. Because we know fan blows in the air. Let's see. Oh, our boat is already moving. I'm going to pick. What happened with the fan? You're right, our boat moved. So, wind is a very good way to get boats to move. That's why they have a sail, so they can catch the wind. They catch the wind and it helps navigate them to where they want to go. So, this is a nice fun thing that you can do at home. Maybe you can find other things and tell me what you found out when you try it. Wasn't that a fun experiment? You should definitely try that at home. I wonder what kinds of different materials you can use to make wind. So, now that we read, or we did our science experiment, I figured I'd read a book called Elmer and the Wind. Yeah, you're right, it's about our patchwork elephant. And so our author today and illustrator is David Mckee. Do you remember what an author is? Yeah. So he writes the words and draws the pictures. So Elmer and the Wind by David Mckee. It was a very, very windy day. Elmer and the patchwork elephant was sheltering in a cave with his elephant friends, some birds,
and Cousin Wilbur, who was playing tricks with his voice. The elephants laughed when Wilbur made his voice come from the hole at the back of the cave.
Have you ever tried to do that before? Have you ever tried to throw your voice? Go, hello!
It's not a good day for flying, said a bird. It's a good day to be heavy elephant, chuckled Elmer. An elephant can't be blown away. I bet even if you are afraid to go out in this wind, Elmer, said the bird. Afraid, said Elmer. Watch this then. Come on, Wilbur.
Do you think the elephants can get blown away? No, I don't think so. Let's find out.
Come back, don't be silly, called the elephants, but Elmer and Wilbur had already gone into the wind. I get it, said Wilbur. His voice came from the distance, sounding like Elmer. It's hard to move in this wind. Then, like himself, careful, Elmer, hold on. The elephants heard the voices and started to worry. Wilbur called, Hold on to something, Elmer! Look out! Help! Came Elmer's voice. Help! I'm flying! Wilbur called, Elmer, come back! Elmer! Oh, help! Help!
Are they really flying? No, they're pretending. See, they're in the cave here.
Elmer's being blown away. We must help, said an elephant. But if you go out, you'll be blown away too, said a bird. Form a chain, trunks holding tails, said another elephant. They crept out of the cave, each elephant holding the tail of the elephant in front. Let me see.
Do you think that's a good idea to make sure they don't get blown away? Yeah, I think so. It's a good way to stay safe.
Look at them, said Elmer. They look funny. Come back, you'll be blown away, called Wilbur. The elephants all started to speak at once, but because they were holding with their trunks, their voices sound very strange. We've been fooled, the rotters. It's Elmer and Wilbur trick. Then they backed back into the cave and looked funnier than ever.
Do you think the elephants liked being tricked? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's find out.
When they were safely back in the cave, Elmer and Wilbur returned as well. The elephants enjoyed the joke, but a bird said, That was very silly, Elmer. But really, bird, said Elmer, an elephant can't be blown away. I'll walk to those trees and back to prove it. Another trick, said an elephant, as Elmer walked away.
The elephants did enjoy the joke. They thought it was funny.
They watched as Elmer disappeared behind some trees. They heard Elmer's voice calling, Help! I can't keep on the ground! The elephants laughed. Very funny, Wilbur. The voice came again, Help! I'm flying! The elephants laughed louder than ever. It's not me this time, said Wilbur.
Uh-oh. Do you think Elmer's really in trouble? He might be. They don't believe him because of the joke he just pulled. Uh-oh. Look! Said a bird. It isn't Wilbur. The elephant stared. It was Elmer above the trees. What's he doing up there? Gasped an elephant. It's called flying, said a bird. Poor Elmer, said an elephant. Do you see him up in the trees? He's high in the air. Uh-oh. What's going to happen now? It's my ears, thought Elmer. They're acting as wings. Oh, because since elephants got big ears. Have you ever seen an elephant fly? You're right, Dumbo. He had big ears too. Wilbur and the others seemed very small as he flew away. Uh-oh. How do you think Elmer is feeling? Yeah, he does. He looks a little scared. Oh, this is really quite fun, thought Elmer after a while. So he was scared at first, but then he realized it wasn't so bad. He could see the other animals sheltering from the wind. They stared to see an elephant fly by. It's Elmer, said a lion. I expect he's up to another one of his tricks. You see him flying above everybody. At last the wind dropped and Elmer landed. Oh dear, he thought. It's going to be a long walk home. Serves me right for being so silly. See him walking? When the wind stopped, the birds flew off to find Elmer and help guide him home. When at last the elephant saw the birds flying above the trees, he knew that Elmer was near. They rushed to meet him to hear about his adventure. They're excited that he's home. Yeah, I bet they are. I bet they were worried about him. You were wrong, Elmer, said the bird. An elephant can be blown away. You were wrong too, laughed Elmer. It was a lovely day for flying. Hear that? He thought it was a great day for flying. The end. What do you think about Elmer and flying? Do you think that could really happen? Probably not. It would take really, really strong winds to blow an elephant. Because if you noticed with our experiment, our car didn't move very much. And that because it was heavier than the boat. Yeah, that's why elephants probably really can't be blown away. All right, well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.